everyone, welcome to Live Interactive English. This is Karen.
Welcome back, my friends. I am Shane.
Today we're looking at day 2 of Fat Tom and fridge safety. And the vocabulary words are forever.
Forever.
It feels like I've been waiting forever.
Raw.
Raw.
Don't eat that raw meat. You have to cook it before you eat it.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know.
Duh.
Constant.
Constant.
I couldn't stand the constant noise coming from the house next door.
Yeah, what were they doing next door? So loud. Every night and around this time. Inner.
Inner.
The inner grounds are private, but the outer grounds are open to the public.
Precise.
Precise.
Let me know the precise moment she arrives.
Whoa. All right.
5:05, 5:10,
and 3
5:07.
seconds.
I know.
Okay, so we're still talking about Fat Tom and fridge safety.
That's right, how to protect our food so it doesn't go bad, right?
So we talked about Fat Tom and what it meant last time. Now why don't we focus on the refrigerator and keeping things refrigerated.
I think I know how to keep my food refrigerated.
Yeah, but there's one thing that really surprised me that I think is a myth that a lot of people have grown up with. That when you've cooked some food, you're supposed to wait for that food to cool off and maybe reach the room temperature before you put it into the refrigerator.
It is true. My dad told me that.
Yeah, that's what my parents told me. But if you really think about it, why would that be a good idea? If you just leave food out there at room temperature, that's really good for bacteria to grow. So the truth is that you should put that food into the refrigerator as quickly as possible.
Really?
Who knew, right?
So it doesn't hurt the refrigerator.
So I'm really going to change my habits now because of that.
Okay, I guess I have to too. But growing up, I've always thought that was the thing to do.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think the rest of it is kind of common sense. Like, of course, if you put food in the refrigerator, it's not going to last forever. You know, you should be careful about how quickly you eat the food. Eat it as quickly as possible.
Exactly. Because you don't want to feel sick afterwards, right? We want to enjoy our food while it's good and fresh.
Let's learn some more about fridge safety, why don't we?
No, okay.
All right.
Enjoy today's lesson.
Enjoy.
Fat Tom and fridge safety.
Of course, as Fat Tom suggests, a great way to protect food is to keep it refrigerated. However, there are many misunderstandings about refrigeration. Some say that, after cooking, food should be left out to cool before it's put in the fridge. This is unnecessary. The quicker it goes in, the better. Also, when taking food out of the fridge or the freezer, don't think that leaving meat to thaw on the counter is okay. It's best to heat it up in the microwave or place it in cold water.
Welcome to Live Interactive English Magazine. Today's lesson is called Fat Tom and Fridge Safety. Day 2. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike. Now, yesterday we learned that Fat Tom stands for
Food,
acid, time.
There was time and then temperature, oxygen, and moisture.
These are all things that you have to be aware of to keep your food fresh and safe, especially high-protein foods like meat, cheese, fish, stuff like that, anything with cream, because you can get a lot of bacteria, which can make you sick. But we have canning, we have drying, we have preserving things in vinegar. These are ways to keep your food fresh and safe to eat for longer periods of time. But those are sort of old styles of keeping your food fresh. Today we have a great machine that I love. And when you read about history, you kind of realize people didn't have this machine like 60 or 70 years ago. They didn't have it. It's kind of crazy.
You're talking about the fridge.
The fridge.
The fridge. It's
awesome.
awesome.
If they took our fridges away, we'd all be sick.
Science tells us, everyone, that there is a danger zone as far as food spoilage is concerned, between 4 and 60 degrees Celsius. And yeah, the refrigerator takes us safely out of that range, so fridges are pretty awesome. Anyways,
otherwise your creamy bacon sauce will kill you.
It could kill you
It
very
could
quickly.
kill you.
No joke.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get started with today's article. Of course, as Fat Tom suggests, not the person, the acronym.
We love you, Tom.
As Fat Tom suggests, a great way to protect food is to keep it refrigerated. However, there are many misunderstandings about refrigeration.
Really?
And I get the feeling that we're going to be talking about fridge safety starting now.
Okay, all right. So let's look at some of the misunderstandings or misconceptions, the things people get wrong about how to use their fridge. Some say that after cooking, food should be left out to cool before it's put in the fridge. Okay, I guess the idea here is like you don't put something hot under cold water. It changes the temperature too quickly. The same with food. If you're cooking food, let it cool on the kitchen counter, and then after 5 or 10, 20 minutes, whatever, then put it in the fridge. Well, this is unnecessary. You don't have to let it cool. In fact, the quicker it goes in, the better. So don't worry about that too much.
Now also,
Okay.
when taking food out of the fridge or the freezer,
Okay.
don't think that leaving meat to thaw on the counter is okay.
Oh, lots of people do that.
Don't do it. It's best to heat it up in the microwave, or better yet, or place it in cold water. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll take meat out of the freezer, leave it in the bag that it was in, and then put it in that cold water. And that
Right.
way you totally minimize exposure to bacteria and the things in the atmosphere, in the air, in your house that want to kill you.
Right, the cold water will warm it up faster than the air, and it cuts out the air. It cuts out the oxygen that we remember is the O in Tom. That's a good tip.
It's the O.
A lot
It
of
allows the things in the air that want to kill you to
Yeah.
thrive when it lands on the meat that you've just taken out of the freezer.
That's right. A lot of people get that chicken out of the freezer. They let it sit there for an hour until it's, it thaws, it softens, it unfreezes. You
Don't
don't
do
have
that.
to do that. Don't do that.
that.
Bad idea. Good idea, though. Let's take a break, and then we'll be back to find out more about fridge safety.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们在第一天的课文学到呢，Fat Tom 的其中 F 是代表 food 食物 ，A 是 acidity 酸度 ，T 是 time 时间。那么第二个 T 是 temperature 温度 ，O 是 oxygen 氧气，那么 M 是 moisture 水分。好，大家在保存食物的时候就可以参考 Fat Tom 这个原则。课文提到说，将食物维持冷藏呢是保存食物的好方法。不过，人们对于冷藏却有许多误解，像是煮过的食物要先放凉才能摆进冰箱里面。我们家都这样啊，可是这是不必要的。其实应该要越快放进冰箱越好。第二个误解是，把肉从冰箱或冷冻库拿出来的时候，就放在流理台那边给它慢慢解冻。我们家也是这样可是最好的方法是用微波炉加热，或者是把它放入冷水中来解冻。好，文中的 misunderstanding 就表示误解，那它是有否定的字首 miss 表示错或是不，再加上 understanding 了解两个组合而成。刚刚麦克老师有说到 misconception 它则是有 miss 加上 conception 是观念想法，合在一起就变成错误观念错误想法。好，至于 thaw THAW 这个动词呢，它表示解冻。好，我们知道冰箱呢，你可以说 fridge 或者是 refrigerator。我们这边顺便补充几个相关的词性。refrigerate 是动词，表示冷藏。那它的过去分词 refrigerated 可以当形容词来表达冷藏的。至于 refrigeration 是它的名词，表示冷藏。接回课文中。
Fat Tom and fridge safety.
A refrigerator can make your food last longer, but it won't last forever. If your food is cooked, it can last about 4 days, but if it's raw, make sure it doesn't sit in the fridge longer than a day or two.
Okay, refrigerators are awesome. They're great. Now, there's one thing you should know, though. Refrigerators can't do everything when it comes to food, okay? It's not like a time machine for food.
No, that's true. Some people think if I put it in the fridge, I can eat it next year. But that is not true. A refrigerator can make your food last longer, but it won't last forever. No,
Exactly.
no, it won't.
Anyways, here we've got the adverb forever. If something goes on forever, let's say, this thing lasts and lasts and lasts and lasts. There's no end to this thing. Anyways, as far as food in a refrigerator is concerned, like I said before, a fridge is not a time machine, okay? The laws of physics still apply to your food in your refrigerator. So yes, your food might last longer in the fridge, but it won't last forever. It will still go bad. It won't go bad as quickly as it would have otherwise, but it will still go bad. Anyways, for example, it feels like I've been waiting forever. I've been here my entire life. That's what it feels like to me.
There you go. Now back to food. It says if your food is cooked, it can last about 4 days.
Not forever.
All right.
4 days.
That's definitely not forever. That's what, 96 hours. That is not forever.
Yeah.
But if it's raw, make sure it doesn't sit in the fridge longer than a day or two. Wow, that's not a very long time at all. So cooking will, kill some of the bacteria in the food. That's why we cook. But if the food is raw, if it's uncooked, then it can go bad even faster. And yes, raw, this adjective is uncooked. We often use it when talking about food and how we prepare and serve different dishes. If you're having a salad, you're probably having raw vegetables. But if you boil the carrots or stew the tomatoes or something, you're cooking them. Raw means basically it hasn't been, heated. It hasn't been changed in any great way. It's as it grew. For example, don't eat that raw meat. You have to cook it before you eat it. Raw fish can be okay, but you have to be careful. Raw beef can be okay. Raw chicken? No. Raw pork? No way. Don't do that. You got to cook those things, but certain fruits and vegetables we can eat raw as long as you wash them carefully.
Okay, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
不晓得同学们家里会不会固定一段时间整理冰箱呢？你会不会在冷冻库里面发现放了1个月的鱼或者是肉，甚至是去年的冬至汤圆或是中秋节的月饼呢？虽然冰箱可以让食物保存很久，可是它没有办法永远保存。如果食物有煮过，你大概可以放4天左右，可是如果是生的，就不要放超过1-2天。这边出现2个单字 forever，它是副词，表示永远或是长久的。那么 raw 是形容词，形容生的或是未经加工的。Mike 老师说的 uncooked 意思差不多 ，uncooked 就是形容生的或是没煮过的。去把课文中。
Fat Tom and fridge safety.
To be sure food is kept at a constant temperature, you'll want to put it on an inner shelf rather than on the door. This is because the temperature of items on the door changes more easily when the door opens. Note that the temperature dial in your fridge is only approximate. To know the precise temperature, use a thermometer. Protect your food and stay healthy. Keep these points and Fat Tom in mind before digging in.
My favorite part of the fridge, Mike, is the door.
The door.
When you open it up, all the stuff is right there and it's easy to access. I'm a big fan of the door of the refrigerator.
Well, the door might be a good place to keep your bottle
so convenient.
Well, true,
Very
but
convenient.
and it might be okay for your bottle of ketchup or your mustard or something like that. But when you're talking about keeping food fresh, not the best part of the fridge. It says, to be sure food is kept at a constant temperature, you'll want to put it on an inner shelf rather than on the door. So don't keep your uncooked bacon hanging on the door. Keep it at the back of the fridge because you want a constant temperature when you're preserving these, risky foods.
So apparently, the fridge door is not a great place to store your uncooked, unpackaged bacon.
It's the first place that gets warm.
It's the first place that gets warm. And yes, you're going to want to keep your food at a constant temperature. Remember, you're going to open that door over and over again. So that door there is going to be exposed to the elements inside your apartment. Now, you don't want the temperature inside the fridge to change that much. Okay, you want a constant temperature. So the door apparently is out. Anyways, if something is constant, it doesn't change, or it doesn't change that much. That's all there is to it. And yes, the word constant is an adjective. For example, I couldn't stand the constant noise coming from the house next door. Those people are making a racket all the time. They don't change. There is a continuous racket coming out of their apartment, I should say.
To get away from it, you need to move to the inner rooms of your house, away from the windows, because the inner means the ones on the inside. This is an adjective we use to describe many different things. Outer would be the ones on the outside. Inner would be the ones on the inside. For example, the inner grounds are private, but the outer grounds are open to the public. The inner grounds, that's where, the owners of the home spend their time, but the outside part, that's safe. So I guess the fridge door would be the outer shelves of your fridge, but sticking it right at the back of the fridge in the middle shelf, that would be one of the inner shelves. That's the place to keep your bacon and cream and eggs and stuff like that.
Anyways, why do you want to keep your food on the inner part of your fridge or in the interior? Well, this is because the temperature of items on the door changes more easily when the door opens. Now, note that the temperature dial in your fridge is only approximate. This is the next thing you have to worry about. No doors, and also that thermometer inside your fridge, it's just an approximation.
Right. In fact, in the same way that if they say it's this temperature in the city, of course there'll be some differences depending on where you go. So to know the precise temperature, use a thermometer, and you might even want to have one at the top and one at the bottom, because the temperature would change. And if you're really worried, yes, you should be precise about this measurement.
Anyways, let's talk about this word precise before we move on. It's an adjective. If something is precise, it's exact, detailed, accurate, etc. For example, let me know the precise moment she arrives.
11:37 and 23 seconds.
Sounds good to me.
That's pretty precise. All right, so protect your food and stay healthy. Keep these points and Fat Tom in mind before digging in, before cooking, before preparing anything, but especially digging in or eating the food. Make sure it was prepared in the safest, healthiest way possible. Good advice.
Okay, folks, that's it for our lesson, but Mike and I aren't quite done yet. I'm going to ask Mike a question right now. The what do you think question. Mike, in this article, what fact about food safety most surprised you?
Well, I wasn't really surprised by anything, but I think that raw food can go bad after 2 days. That surprised me since, I've often eaten something that I made raw 2 or 3 days later, but maybe I'll stop doing that now.
You were tempting fate, Mike.
I was lucky. How about you? Anything surprise you about Fat Tom or fridge safety?
The fact that acidity plays a role in anything surprised me.
Yeah.
I never thought that mattered at all. Anyways, folks, with that, our lesson is now complete. And it's time for us to say bye-bye.
Take care.
刚刚说煮过的食物可以放在冰箱放4天，那么生的东西只能放1-2天。接着我们还得知道冰箱里面的食物要怎么摆也是很重要的哦。课文提到，要确保食物恒温保存，就必须放在冰箱的内层架上，不要放在冰箱门边，因为冰箱门打开的时候呢，这个门边的食物会接触到室温，它的温度比较容易改变。除此之外，冰箱里面那个温度调节盘只是大概而已。如果你想要知道精确的温度，可以使用温度计。还有文中的 thermometer 就表示温度计。那么 temperature dial 就表示温度的调节盘。最后我们来看3个单字 constant 它是形容恒定的或者是不断的，意思跟 continuous 差不多。那么单字例句有提到说隔壁不断传来噪音 Jeff 老师他用到 racket 这个字 R-A-C-K-E-T racket 它可以用来指喧嚷或者是吵闹声。下一个单字 inner 是形容内部的或是里面的，那相反词是 outer 则是形容外部的外面的。好，再来看 precise 它是形容词，形容精确的或是确切的，意思就跟 exact 或者是 accurate 很相近。至于补充单字 approximate 它是形容大约的或是粗略的，它的名词呢是把字尾 ate 改成 ation 变成 approximation approximation 则是指近似值或者是近似的事物。好啦，那么以上是这些讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。大家好，我是 Hanny。在今天的课程中，我们要介绍4个文法重点。第一个是双重比较级的句型，第二个是片语 keep something in mind 或是 keep somebody in mind。第三个是句型 before 加上现在分词或过去分词，逗号主词加动词。第4个是片语动词 dig in 表示开动。首先我们来学习双重比较级的句型，就是 the 加上比较级，主词加动词，逗号 the 比较级，主词加上动词，这表示越怎么样就越怎么样。那其中的比较级可以是形容词比较级或是副词比较级。我们来看几个例句 ：The sooner the better 表示越快越好。To him, the messier the room is, the cozier it is. 对他来说，房间越乱就越舒适。The more quickly I ran, the faster my heart beat. 我跑得越快，心跳就跳得越快。接下来，我们来学习片语 keep something in mind 或是 keep somebody in mind， 这表示牢记什么什么，把什么什么放在心上。当受词比较长的时候，可以移到 mind 之后，或者写作 keep in mind 加上 that 子句。例如 These tips are helpful, I'll keep them in mind。 这些诀窍很有帮助，我会谨记在心的。再看个例句Keep in mind that happiness is more important than money。 记住，快乐比金钱更重要。接下来，我们来学习句型 before 加上现在分词或过去分词，逗号主词加动词。那这个句型它是由 before 主词加动词，逗号主词加动词简化而来的分词构句。当 before 引导的副词子句，它的主词跟主要子句主词相同时，我们可以省略副词子句的主词，再将动词改成分词。主动的时候就用现在分词，被动的时候只保留过去分词，那就会形成分词构句的句型，也就是 before 加现在分词或过去分词，逗号主词加动词。例如 Be sure to knock before entering the office。 进办公室之前务必要先敲门。句中的 before entering the office 就是由 before you enter the office 它省略主词 you， 再将动词 enter 改成现在分词 entering 而来的。因为这个句子是祈使句，它隐含的主词就是第二人称的主词 you。 最后我们来学习片语动词 dig in， 它表示开动。dig in 在这边当不及物用，可以指开动啊、大快朵颐，或者是开始尽情的吃。例如 The roast chicken smells delicious. I can't wait to have it. 这烤鸡闻起来好香哦，我等不及要吃了。Me too. Let's dig in. 我也是，我们开动吧。以上是这些重点整理，我们下次见喽。See you next time. Bye.
欢迎收看《就爱讲英文》，我是季安，
我是性感的悠悠。你知道，通常在跟那个好久不见的老朋友见到之后，打招呼之后，一定要关心对方嘛，对不对？你要问说啊，你忙什么呀？你生孩子没有？忙什么大事情啊？什么五子登科了没有啊？是不是？
太多了，太多了。原来大海比亚比赛会吓跑，对，我们这个还是中立一点好了，就不要吓跑人家。好，所以呢，
进来好不好啊？最近在忙什么呀
？OK， 最近忙什么啊？这些播音线啊，这个很常讲，对不对？英文呢就是 Good to see you. What have you been up to?
Good to see you. What have you been up to?
What have you been up to? 最近在忙播音线啊。
忙忙忙，忙东忙西，一下忙工作，忙交朋友，忙副业，忙理财，忙看电影，忙小孩，忙带着爹娘出去走走，就是忙得一无为不为啊！
啊，无为不为 ，OK， 就是什么这边忙一下，那边忙一下。我们这英文叫做 a little of this, a little of that.
A little of this, a little of that.
A little of this, a little of that. 这边忙一下，那边忙一下，忙东忙西的。
忙东忙西，忙南忙北啊！对，我就跟你讲，我没有特别忙，就是跟你一样，什么上班啦，也没什么太多变化。
那就说 not much. Not much.
Not much.
对，一样在同一间公司上班嘛，对不对？I'm still working at the same company.
I'm still working at the same company.
或者是前面 I'm 把它拿掉也可以。说 still working at the same company. Still working at the same company， 这样就好了。
I'm still working at the same company. 真的没什么特别的，就是我结婚了，然后我换工作了嘛，就当老板了，然后我要被西安了。
你的声音哦 ，OK， 好，我结婚了 ，I got married.
I got married.
换工作这 I switched jobs.
I switched jobs.
Switched 好难念，switch jobs，或者是呢，如果是你被生啊，你就说 I'm having a baby。
I'm having a baby.
那如果是我的话，是 My wife is having a baby。我老婆要生了啊！
我们一起哦。
大家一起。
如果还有想问更多，比如说除了 What have you been up to？ 我还可以讲什么？
你还可以说 Anything else going on with you？
Anything else going on with you?
Anything else going on with you?
Anything else going on with you?
好，我们来看一下今天的 live action。Yo, good to see you. What have you been up to?
Oh, not much, you know. A lot of this, a lot of that.
Good for you. Anything else going on with you?
Well, I got married last year.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Thanks. Oh, how about you? What have you been up to?
Not much. I'm still working at the same company.
Oh, that's great.